Choosing a major is one of the most important decisions in your early life, and I often get asked how to decide what to major in. Here at Mooshly, we regularly work with students on identifying intended majors that align with their goals and motivations. Now, you could do what I do, which is just Google the highest paying job current year and become a CEO. Or you could use a methodical approach that addresses your unique situation and aspirations and sets you down a path with high growth potential and flexibility. If you're interested in being smarter than I am, and that's a low bar, this video is for you. One of the first things I tell students to do or help them with is research market growth. In other words, will there be a demand for the thing you want to do 10 years from now? When I was a kid, our parents told us you have to become a doctor or a lawyer. Now go ask a lawyer if they think you should go to law school. You'll get mostly no's. But in legalese, maybe, upon careful review of the aforementioned request, it is hereby determined that assent thereto cannot be provided at this juncture. I imagine people in my generation will be telling their kids to get a degree in computer science. What do you think they're going to tell their kids? A great resource for this is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. For example, if you're considering mechanical engineering, search for it on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, and it'll tell you projected growth over the next decade, and whether that's faster or slower than average, along with some other pertinent trends like average salaries. This is important because you want to know that there's room for your industry in the future. Of course, you can never be sure, and as disruptions occur in markets, new jobs will be created, but think about healthcare. My parents said you have to either be a doctor or a lawyer, right? There will always be a need for doctors. People are always sick. Illnesses need providers and researchers. But they didn't consider the future outlook when they told me to get a law degree. And then everybody's parents told them to get a law degree, and now the field is saturated. We actually only need so many lawyers. So if your research says that your industry is expected to shrink 50% over the next decade, just make an informed decision if you choose to pursue that major. Okay, next, and we're going to fly through this section. Self-reflection. Why am I going to fly through this section? Because I don't believe in all that namby-pamby kumbaya nonsense. Just chase the bag. Sorry, I promise I'll never say that again. I'm actually going to go through this quickly because it's difficult to provide more than general tips without knowing your situation. I was an English major in undergrad. I obviously didn't do that for the money, and things worked out for me, but I don't know whether I would do it again. It's hard to say. I encourage you to think about what success means for you. What metrics do you value? Work-life balance, security, financial incentives, freedom and flexibility, travel? Maybe you're already independently wealthy and it's literally irrelevant whether the industry you're interested in is shrinking. Reflect on your skills and interests and write it down. I guess that would be my big recommendation for everyone regardless. Write it down. Take some time thinking about what you want your life to look like. My next recommendation is hugely important and something I've found that many applicants overlook. But first, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Chris from Mooshly.com. I have an English bachelor's with a creative writing concentration and an MBA. I'm a consultant and professional writer, and I've helped many students improve their writing and get accepted to elite academic programs and institutions like Ivy Leagues, medical schools, law schools, PhDs, and graduate business programs. I frequently get asked for writing advice, so I publish some out here to help you for free. I've also written a very thorough college essay introduction guide I highly recommend you check out. It's designed to be actionable and can get you started on your essay in minutes. Click the link in the description to download it for free. I cannot tell you how many times I have met with students who say something like, I'm interested in computer science and have literally no coding experience. Not because I don't know, but because I don't know how to pronounce a number that big. Once you have a short list of potential majors, please try to get some hands-on experience. There's next to no excuse not to do this. It doesn't have to be complicated. Taking an online course, shadowing professionals in your network, trying a small project on your own. Of course, this will strengthen your application, but as importantly, it will help you discern whether you want to pursue that field. The average college student changes majors. That's not a failure, and college is a great place to explore new options. But with the wealth of information available at your fingertips through the internet, if you go in guessing you're going to like something, that's a mistake. My last piece of advice is to consider the ROI of your degree. ROI means return on investment. So if I have a lemonade stand and I spend $10 on lemons and sugar and cups, then sell the lemonade and make $20, the $10 I earned after getting back the $10 I spent is my return on investment. Your college degree is an investment. And unless finances don't matter to you, it's important to consider the return. Part of this calculation comes from the school. Did you get a full tuition scholarship at maybe a lesser school, but have to pay full price at a higher tier school? And part of this comes from the value of your degree. If you want to become a surgeon, you need a degree. I mean, that guy I met before I woke up with a random scar on my stomach didn't seem like one, but generally speaking, you need a degree. You cannot practice medicine without spending the money for the investment. And luckily, you'll make a lot of money, and all things being equal, you'll have a good return on investment. Now let's compare that to if you want to be an artist. Do you need a degree to paint? No, of course not. There are many avenues to learn how to paint, and a degree may or may not help with your career. So when you're spending $60,000 a year to go to an art school and your research tells you that artists with degrees make no more money than artists without degrees, you should pause to consider whether that ROI is palatable for you. Pretty insane that we have to make such an important choice so early, and I get that it's stressful. I remember how I felt when I was trying to decide. My last bit of advice would be not to drive yourself crazy. It is possible to redirect. If you end up changing your major, you're not doomed. But it'll seriously behoove you to think carefully before enrolling. I routinely publish practical videos like this to help with your college application, so if you found this helpful, subscribe now to make sure you catch the next one. Don't forget to grab your free college essay introduction guide from the link in the description, and I'll see you next time.